I remember the night Bruno started growling. At first, I thought it was nothing. Dogs bark at random things all the time, right? But Bruno wasn't barking. He was warning me. If you enjoy real, dark horror stories, subscribe now because what I'm about to tell you still keeps me awake at night. It started on a Tuesday. Nothing special. Same routine. I came back from school, dropped my bag on the floor, and Bruno ran up to me like he always did. Tail wagging, eyes bright. He looked normal, happy, safe. Like nothing in the world could ever go wrong. Our house sat at the edge of a forest. Not deep inside it, but close enough that the trees felt like they were always watching. At night, the wind would move through them in a way that didn't sound like wind. It sounded like whispers. But I had lived there for years. I was used to it. Or at least, I thought I was. That night, I finished dinner early. My parents weren't home. They worked late most nights. So it was just me and Bruno. Around 11 p.m., I turned off the lights and went to my room. Bruno followed me like always. He curled up near my bed. Everything felt normal, quiet, too quiet. Then it happened. A low growl, deep, slow, right in front of my bedroom door. I froze. "Bruno," I whispered. He didn't move, didn't look at me. His eyes were locked on the door, his body stiff, and that growl. It didn't stop. At first I thought maybe he heard something outside. An animal, maybe something in the forest. So I tried to ignore it. I pulled the blanket over my head and told myself it was nothing. But then Bruno stood up, slowly, and walked closer to the door. The growling got louder, more aggressive, like he was ready to attack. "Hey, stop," I said quietly. But he didn't listen. He never ignored me like that. Never. Then I heard it. A sound from the other side of the door, soft, barely there, like something dragging across the floor. I held my breath, listening, trying to convince myself it was just the house settling. Old wood, pipes, anything. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. Bruno suddenly barked, loud, violent, right at the door. And I swear, for a second, the sound outside stopped. Complete silence. Then Bruno backed away. Still staring, still tense. But the growling faded. Slowly. Until nothing. I didn't open the door. I couldn't. Something inside me told me not to. That was night one. The next morning, everything felt normal again. Sunlight came through the window. Birds outside. No strange sounds. No signs of anything wrong. Even checked the hallway. Nothing. No marks. No footprints. Nothing at all. I almost laughed at myself. "See? Nothing," I said. Bruno just looked at me. Quiet, different. That night, I tried to forget about it. I really did. But around the same time, 11 p.m., Bruno stood up again and walked to the door. The growling started. This time, it was louder. More intense. "Bruno," I said, my voice shaking. He didn't look at me, didn't move, just stared. Then came the sound again, but closer. much closer. Not from the hallway, from right behind the door. A slow, uneven breathing. I felt my chest tighten. No! 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 I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, pointed it at the door. Nothing. Just wood. Still. Silent. But Bruno knew. He barked again, hard, aggressive. And suddenly, a faint shadow appeared under the door. I stepped back, heart racing. It didn't look right. The shape, it was human, but wrong. Too long, too thin. And it moved, slowly, dragging across the gap, like something was standing right outside. Listening, waiting. I couldn't breathe. Go away, I whispered. I don't know why I said that. I don't even know who I was talking to. The shadow stopped, and then it slid away. Gone. Bruno kept growling for a few more seconds. Then silence. I didn't sleep that night, not even for a second. Day 3, I was exhausted. My parents noticed. I told them I had a headache. I didn't tell them the truth. Because how do you explain something like that? That night, I locked my door for the first time ever. Bruno didn't wait. As soon as the clock hit 11, he was already there, growling, but this time, he wasn't just warning. He was scared. I could see it in his eyes. Bruno was afraid, and that's when I realized whatever was outside wasn't just watching. It was coming closer. The sound started again. Dragging, scratching, breathing, but louder now. Clearer. Then, a knock. Slow, heavy. 3 times. My heart nearly stopped. Open the door. I froze. That voice, it sounded human, but it wasn't right. Too empty, too hollow. Bruno barked like I had never heard before. Fierce, desperate. The voice came again. Open the door. I covered my ears. No. Then suddenly, the knocking stopped. Silence. And then, a whisper. Right behind the door. I'm already inside. Everything went cold. Bruno lunged at the door, scratching, barking, trying to get through. I stumbled back, and that's when I heard it. Not from the door. From behind me, a soft breath, right next to my ear. I turned slowly. Nothing. But Bruno was no longer looking at the door. He was looking at me, or at something behind me. His growl returned. Low, terrified. I didn't move. I couldn't. Then, in the reflection of my window, I saw it. A figure, standing right behind me. Tall, too tall. Its head tilted slightly, and its face, I couldn't see it clearly, but I knew it was smiling. I ran. I don't remember opening the door. I don't remember grabbing Bruno, but somehow we got out. I didn't look back. I didn't stop. I just ran into the forest. The same forest I had never been afraid of before. But now, it felt safer than my own home. I stayed at a neighbor's house that night, told them everything, or at least enough. The next day, we went back. My parents, the police, everyone. The house was empty. No signs of forced entry, no footprints, no damage, nothing except my bedroom door, deep scratches. From the inside and underneath, faint marks, like something had been standing there, waiting, watching. They told me it was stress, imagination, a dream. But I know what I saw. And Bruno Bruno never went near that room again, not even during the day. Sometimes, late at night, I still hear it. A soft growl coming from the door. But the door isn't in front of me anymore. It's behind me. Every time I turn around, there's nothing there, but I can feel it. Standing, waiting. Right behind me, and one day, I know, it's going to knock again.